Hi guys, welcome to the Fight Age channel. Bob Arums, a promoter of the WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury, said that if they cannot agree on a fight with Dillian Whyte, then his word will fight with someone else. In particular, Arum is considering the candidates of Andy Ruiz and Joseph Parker. British promoter Eddie Hearn does not rule out that the best boxer of our time, the absolute champion of the super middleweight division Mexican Saul Alvarez, will fight against Ukrainian Alexander Usyk, the former absolute champion of cruiserweight and the current holder of the WBA, WBO and IBF heavyweight titles. Now that the first euphoria has passed after Alexander Usyk defeated Anthony Joshua and became the WBA, IBF and WBO world heavyweight champion, there is more and more talk about what will happen next. Let's try to deal with everyone in turn. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoyed the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed and you receive notifications about the release of new videos, you do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my channel. I'm trying very hard absolutely every day and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You are my support. Thank you so much. Joshua, complete uncertainty. It seems that there is a rematch clause in the contract for the fight between Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua. AJ seems to be demanding it, but somehow too quiet and intelligent. It seems that he demanded, but it seems that he didn't say anything, so sometimes guarded. It's not that Joshua lost to Usyk, it's about how he lost. Usyk, of course, well done. He showed that he has learned a lot since he became a heavyweight. He has become much stronger. In general, he looked like a real burden. Usyk retained his fantastic sense of distance, his lightness of his feet, his combination style, his strong head, everything that made him so dangerous in the first heavy division. The fight with Joshua would inevitably have ended in knockout. If the British had not cheated our time, or even if they were right, the fight would have lasted a few seconds longer. It's all true, but Joshua had to fight a different fight, a completely different one. Actually, to do what his compatriot Chisora did against Usyk. Chisora, however, didn't have enough gunpowder, but nothing else was expected from him. After all, his abilities are limited. In short, it was necessary to start a street fight. Joshua tried to do it in the 12th round, but only when his own strength was running out. Does this guarantee Joshua's victory? No, it does not guarantee, but at least it gives you a chance. The trouble is that Joshua, I'm afraid, can't do it. It was not only me who noticed this. In England, everyone is talking about it. Joshua, of course, is both this and that, but in the first fight with Andy Ruiz, he lost a part of himself. The part that was with him in his fight with Klitschko. When the turn of the second fight with Ruiz came, he chose a safe path to victory. Remote work, taking advantage of the fact that he's much taller than Ruiz. Honestly, I thought then, can it even work the way it used to? There was some kind of cracking in Joshua's actions. He was afraid of those episodes when he was too close to Ruiz. Okay, then I interpreted the doubt in his favor, but it turned out that they were very reasonable. Actually, they were real even before the first fight with Ruiz, since Joshua met New Zealand Parker in 2018. It was only Joshua's first non-knockout victory. The knockdown from Klitschko did not change Joshua. He got up more aggressive than laid down and won the fight. What happened to him then? By the way, such things happen in boxing all the time. Remember how Roy Jones changed absolutely forever after the defeat of Antonio Tarver. There are still some limits to human heroism. Secretly or openly, they change us. In general, I have disappointing predicting for Anthony Joshua for a rematch with Usyk, and to be honest, it pleases me. Tyson Fury, everything is different here. Tyson Fury went through the deep creases and, as Hemingway wrote, became stronger at the break. I don't know what good can be said about his little one. However, it is probably an inconvenience to call him small. He is way 206. Huge, somehow uncannily unathletic. I would think it's so. Only he's a very good boxer. It's too early to say brilliant now, but over time maybe will. Fury defeated Wilder 3 times. Yes, the judges counted a draw for the first time, but he still won that fight. Now many people say that it's not worth much, but I don't think so. Some believe that somehow bypassing Joshua. It is quite possible that with the participation of Joshua himself, Usyk will meet with Fury. I am far from thinking of predicting the defeat of Usyk, but still this fight poses completely different task for him. Now is not the time to talk about them, but I would like to wish Usyk good luck. What Fury himself wants is a very big mystery. It is known that he hoped for Joshua's victory, but it is not profitable to fight Anthony now. Fury himself, with good reason, considers himself ready for anyone, but I still want Usyk to fight with someone else before him. That's something like that. Deontay Wilder, having just lost to Fury, Wilder needs a rest. But to be honest, in the place of the public, I would not expect him. Why? You see, I have never seen a boxer who has undergone such a long, painful spanking as Wilder in the fight with Fury ever return to the previous level. No, there have been exceptions. But still, after looking closely, they're not like that. I think this is the last big news we will hear about him. He may try to update our memory in some other way, but it will be better if he did not. Life is long and, as a rule, extends far beyond the 36th birthday, and you need to be able to at least lift a cup. Wilder's a very courageous man. I'm saying this absolutely seriously. But that's exactly what I wish him. What about other heavyweight champion? They're there, although the heavyweight is not so rich in sparkling talent right now. For example, New Zealander Joseph Parker or Briton Dillian Whyte. But still for now, maybe tomorrow it will change. Fighting with them for Alexander Usyk does not seem very possible and profitable, so let's wish Usyk happiness, without any fighting, as much as possible. Britain Anthony Joshua has become different since his first defeat in his career. This is the opinion of his abuser, former IBF, WBA, WBO World Heavyweight Champion Andy Ruiz. I wouldn't want to ruin anyone's career at all. But I see that Joshua is not hitting as much as he used, and is hesitating a bit. I saw that he was shocked, Ruiz told. Maybe he's a little afraid of missing out because he doesn't want the same thing to happen as in our first fight. This is normal for fighters. I think he needs to regain his confidence. Andy doesn't think he ruined Joshua's career, he is just hesitating too much now. He thinks too much, instead of going out and tearing up an opponent. Although he is capable of it, says Ruiz. The Mexican is still confident that the British won the rematch against him on points, only because he was out of shape. I hope Anthony will overcome this streak and become a champion again, so that I can regain my belts. Andy added. Ruiz has not boxed since May, when he beat veteran Chris Arreola by unanimous decision. He plans to return in January, and is not against a potential fight with Wilder. It will be an amazing fight, he says. British heavyweight Derek Chisora shared his opinion about the upcoming duel of compatriots. The current WBC World Heavyweight Champion Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. Recall that Chisora had 2 fights with both Fury and Whyte and invariably failed. Dillian will have to make a lot of head movements and approach the fight in the best shape, because Tyson will terrorize him with a jab, Chisora suggested. To win this fight, Dillian must enter the ring in perfect physical readiness, whose victory I'm telling towards. You always choose a champion because he is a champion. Dillian needs a miracle or something incredible to win on points. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.